Hey, this is Rockman. If you're watching this broadcast on YouTube or whatever, this originally was a ROM hack slash. This person, as you see, it says custom Wheel of Fortune. I think this person Jeff XVX. I don't know who that is. I never met him personally, but he created the ability to make a custom Wheel of Fortune. And I think he may have made Gamer Wheel of Fortune, and then after that came a Lighthouse Wheel of Fortune, which was made by me and Zoda and Song and Fish. And Zoda is, of course, Zoda Stone, the former world record holder of Star Tropics 70%. You guys might know him. He's kind of a big deal. Lighthouse Edition was basically a ROM hack of Wheel of Fortune that contained stuff about our community, games that we know, and movies that we know, and jokes that we know. And I threw in some Star Trek stuff in there because you have to make 1,000 of these puzzles. And I was concerned that we wouldn't have enough to get to 1,000 if I didn't throw in some Star Trek. And I was also concerned that I wouldn't have enough just to make one out of Star Trek. But our friend Blake, who's a big Star Trek fan and really was kind of needling me, and he was like, come on, Rockman, you got to make a Star Trek only custom Wheel of Fortune. So this is the Star Trek only custom Wheel of Fortune made by me and Zoda. I came up with all the puzzles. Zoda did all the programming behind the scenes. And let's briefly talk about, and again, this is just like the background information that I'll only say once, this is my first time playing this and streaming it, even though I've seen Zoda and Blake do it already. But if you're looking out there on YouTube land and you're a big Star Trek fan, you want to know about this, what's going on with this. I mean, I know this all by heart, but like I said, this has 1,000 puzzles. Almost 600 of them are episode titles. That's episode titles from Star Trek episodes, from the original series all the way up to Strange New Worlds, all the way up to today. I forgot about Short Treks. There's no episode titles or anything from Short Treks, although it's basically a shoot-off of Discovery. So it could be an episode title of the original series, all the way up from The Cage, all the way up to Hegemony, which airs, I think, today or tomorrow, actually. Also the movies, but not the reboot movies. Then the next category is characters. There's almost 200 in the character puzzle category, so that would be a character, again, from all of Star Trek, from the original series up to Strange New Worlds. Sometimes it's not a singular character, sometimes it could be multiple characters together. What else we got here? Next category is cast. That has the cast members are only from the original series up to Enterprise, and so it's basically like the actor name of who played usually a main character. So who played Picard? It's obviously Patrick Stewart. It's usually main characters. I know it's hard to remember actor names. Sometimes on Deep Space Nine, there'll be a recurring character who did a lot of episodes as that character, and maybe you know their name, like Jeffrey Combs. Spoilers. So we got titles, we got characters, we got cast, and then we got ships, which is the names of starships, tech, which is well-known technology, and species, which are alien races, such as Vulcans or the Borg. And that's about it. That's about it for the spiel. Is anyone even here? Oh, Doom is here. Hey, Doom. Actually, I was going to post in Bunny's Discord also, but I know Bunny's streaming right now. But isn't there a channel in Bunny's Discord where people are allowed to post, where's that? What's the channel where it's like, I can post my own stream because I'm a member of the community and tell them that I'm live? It's under alerts, community notifications, right? Maybe there's some Star Trek fans in Bunny's Discord that would like to help us out here. Because I know Doom is totally an expert. He's seen The Cage. He's seen Star Trek 2. He's ready to go. He knows all 600 episode titles. Well, I added you in there, so let's see. You know what? I should mute. If you can mute individual channels there, I should totally mute Guess the Game and the word hurdle because I am not interested in those things at all. Anyway, sorry for wasting your time here. Let's get started with the game. How's the audio? Should the game go down a bit? Or is it fine like it is? Hey fish, how's it going? That's correct. That's the correct answer. And how's it going for you, Doom? Is it also going? This game was made by Rare Limited, of course, and coin-operated. This is a coin-operated video game made by Rare. Totally. Total bullshit. I don't know. I usually just make my name Rock, but you know, Zoda never does that. He always makes his name something interesting, right? You know. Who are you doing sprite tests as? Or should I just make something up? Your aunt and your cousin and their 2 dogs. Wow. Oh, Bomberman. Well, I'm gonna be Suska. So now this is a Star Trek. This is a joke that's part Star Trek and part Wheel of Fortune, and I don't think Doom was there for this, so let me explain to you, Doom, this new joke that has happened. So there is a Star Trek character named Seska with an E, and that was the answer to one of the puzzles, but Zoda didn't have enough money, I guess, to buy a vowel, or it wasn't his turn. And so, like, it was the AI's turn. It was like Picard's turn or something, and he kept guessing the wrong vowel. He guessed like U, thought it was Suska, and whoops. So he said Suska instead of Seska, and he completely failed and blew it. And Seska is pretty sus, as the kids say, because she was an evil Cardassian spy. Hey Cobra, how's it going? Yes, I just spoiled Star Trek Voyager for you. Cobra in particular is pissed because he was going to watch, I just mooed apparently. Speaking of people watching all of Star Trek, you know, for the first time because that's all the rage these days, right? I think I mentioned, like, in Bunny's Discord that there's this guy on YouTube who watched a lot of The Next Generation, but now he's watching every episode of Deep Space Nine. He just started last week. He watched the first episode last week. He releases every Wednesday. So today was episodes 2 and 3. And for the past 3 years, I've been listening to a podcast where 2 of the actors who were on Star Trek Voyager rewatch Star Trek Voyager, the show that they were on, and they discuss each episode one at a time in order every week. And that's been going on for 3 years. And they finally got to the last episode, and they're ending with their last episode, but they're like, oh, we don't want to, you know, we want to keep this podcast going somehow. So they're like, what are we going to do to keep this podcast going? So now they've decided that they're going to watch the show Deep Space Nine every episode, and talk about those episodes to continue the podcast. And they were not on Deep Space Nine, but they're going to bring in 2 actors, 2 of their friends who were on Deep Space Nine, to do the podcast with them. So yet another person or persons sort of watching Deep Space Nine. I mean, it's not a reaction channel. It's just a podcast where I get to listen to them talk about the episodes. But there's a lot of Star Trek going on these days. But now we get bankrupt. Come up, fuck neons. Because I am a huge Star Trek fan. You guys, not so much. But I appreciate you being here. Because playing this should totally make me happy, right? I definitely was not happy yesterday. That's for sure. Hey, Ratmus. I mean, Ratmus and Blake have watched a lot of Star Trek, but they haven't watched all of it. There's a few series that both of them haven't seen that I have. I think I think I always did prefer Star Trek over Star Wars, and I mostly still do. Like, it's not that. I mean, yes, there's a part of it where I can say like, oh, Star Wars fans are lowbrow, stupid, or. But like, I mean, back then when I was saying that, it was just the movies. You know, like now there's Star Wars shows like The Mandalorian, and again, I think The Mandalorian is it's amazing. It's a really great show, not just Star Wars, but it's a really great show in general. It's there's a lot that I don't like about Star Wars. There's a lot that I like about Star Wars. Now, there's a lot that I don't like about Star Trek too. I mean, also, I love Star Trek too, the movie. What I don't know where the hell I'm just rambling, and I don't know where my coherent thoughts are going with this. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I guess my point that I was trying to make maybe was like I don't want to piss off Star Wars fans by saying Star Trek is definitely better than Star Wars and Star Wars sucks because I don't really believe that. Like I said, like I could find bad things and good things wrong with both franchises, but they are okay. This is redemption. We've had this before. For me personally, I prefer TV shows generally, and I prefer Star Trek generally, and it's because it's always been. Why is that? I'll tell you why that is. Hey, Stelnox, welcome. Yes, you have not missed that yet. I became a Star Trek fan like just as I was going into high school, and I was, as fucking of a nerd as you could ever be. And I don't mean that I was fucking because I was definitely not fucking. I was a nerd who was not fucking. I was a fucking nerd. You know what I'm trying to say? But like, that became, for better or for worse, like that became who I was in high school. I was the nerd who was in Star Trek Club, who didn't have a lot of friends, who didn't have a girlfriend, who watched Star Trek, and that's who I was. And X Files also. And wait, what? The quality of life is the answer to this, and maybe I should let you guys have a chance to figure out the puzzles when I know it. I'm sorry. My girlfriend's not. Uh-huh. I mean, let me try to finish my thought first. It was like it was at a time in my life where I was kind of I wasn't emo or anything like that, but I mean I was a little bit lonely, a little bit melancholy, and Star Trek was very interesting. And the thing about Star Trek is that it is supposed to present an idealized, optimistic view of the future, something to strive towards, contrasting with something like Blade Runner. Many sci-fi shows have terrible futures, and it's like, oh, well, this is the future that you're supposed to prevent. But Star Trek was supposed to have a good future that you're supposed to be like, see, the future could be like this if only things could get better. Um, that's what I thought in high school. That's not what I think now, and let's not go into that depressing stuff. um, I'm trying to look at the GIF here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But going back to what Ratmus said about his girlfriend's mom recording Star Trek audio. Now I've heard a lot of stories about like people who were fans of the original series when it was originally on, and back then they didn't have VCRs, so they would record audio of the TV, and that was like the only way they could rewatch the episodes is by listening to them off a cassette tape recorder. Um, when I was in college, before the internet became what it is today, before we even had iPods or MP3 players or anything like that, I didn't even have a Discman. All I had was like a Walkman type cassette tape player. Like when I was riding on the train, I'm going to try to get some money here. When I was riding on the train from my college back home till, when I would take a break for a weekend to come home or whatever occasionally, I had to pass that time on the train. And I would a lot of times listen to things on cassette tape. And one of the things that I did was I recorded maybe 3 or 4, I don't remember, Star Trek episodes. So just the audio I recorded of the Star Trek episodes onto a cassette tape. And then I would listen to that cassette tape when I was in a situation like, I'm on a train, I got nothing else to do for a couple hours or whatever it was. And that was a weird thing to do in 1998. I mean, a little bit weird. But I'm a little bit weird. I'm trying to remember what episodes I put onto those cassette tapes to listen to, and the only one I can remember off the top of my head was a Deep Space Nine episode called Civil Defense. And some of you will remember that because it's come up several times during Lighthouse Wheel of Fortune and Star Trek Wheel of Fortune already. Civil Defense. Ooh, this is a title with only 5 letters. That's a hard one. I did make sure that every puzzle doesn't have at least one RSTLNE. This is a title that starts with A and ends with A? I know a person, a character who does, but a title? Doom only watches Shore Leave on VHS, right, Doom? Or no, he only watches the Immunity Syndrome. Whoa, Ratmus got it. Or maybe Stone Knox did too, I don't know. And yeah, for those of you non-Star Trek fans, I mean, I could tell you what this episode's about if you care. Obviously, Ratmus and Stelnox know. It's an episode of the original series where Kirk fights the Gorn. What's the Gorn? It's a green lizard. These aliens put Kirk and this green lizard on an alien planet, which, spoilers, it's just, what's the name of that place where they film everything like Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey? Vasquez Rocks. That's where they filmed that episode. In fact, that scene of Kirk fighting the Gorn on Vasquez Rocks is actually in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. They show Bill and Ted watching that episode on TV, and then the evil robot Bill and Ted take them to that area in real life to throw them off the cliff and kill them. Okay, oops, I hit the wrong thing, so I didn't get to show you guys the new puzzle. We're going for a Porsche, which is also in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. That after the evil robot thems kill them, they steal a Porsche. So this is all, it goes together. And Blake likes to point out that, exactly. Blake likes to point out that most of these episodes seem to start with the word the, which it is kind of helpful because you always know that you can guess a T and an H and an E, but and it also gets kind of annoying. Now, this is the menagerie, isn't it? Now, this is something, yeah, because what happened, Doom, and I don't know if somebody told this to Bunny or not, but that episode she watched, The Cage, was never broadcast until the 1990s, I think, until it started being included in the syndication package. It was made, like you said, it was made as a pilot, and the network didn't like it, so they didn't air it. And instead, it was repurposed into a two-part episode later called The Menagerie. So if you watch The Cage as the first episode and think, oh, this is the first episode, then when it comes along to season whatever and you watch The Menagerie, you're basically watching The Cage all over again. So I don't know why people recommend, like, I think the only reason why you would ever watch The Cage is if you're a huge Star Trek fan and you just want to see it. Like, if you're doing a series rewatch, if you're like, oh, I'm going to sit down and watch all of the original series, why would you watch The Cage? Because you're going to be watching it twice. But whatever. It's too late. Now, the next question is, how do I spell menagerie? I'm going off what Doom said in the chat there. Captain Archer fought a Gorn, but no one cares. That's because his Gorn was CG when he fought it. Back in Kirk's time, it was just a guy in a rubber suit. I don't think Bunny was a big fan of the Orion Slave Girl. And then I think I've also mentioned, actually, I keep talking about Stelnox. There was something I wanted to ask you, and the thing that I wanted to ask you, Stelnox, is you're not in my Discord, are you? Follow-up question, would you like to be in my Discord, Stelnox? I could invite you. Now, if you don't want to, you know, if you're totally too afraid or too, you know, you don't want to deal with that shit, that's perfectly a fine answer. But I could invite you if you would like to be in my Discord server. But the thing that I had mentioned probably in Bunny's Discord was that, again, talking about people who watch Star Trek, is there's these two guys called the Target Audience, that's the name of their channel, on YouTube, and they're saying they're watching every single episode and movie of Star Trek ever. And they started with the original series. I can't remember if they started with The Cage or not. But anyways, my point is that they just today finished the animated series, and once they get done with the recaps of the animated series, they will be moving on to the first 4 movies, and then TNG, hopefully. But yeah, like 6 months. If 6 months ago you had told me that, like, you know, nowadays I'm going to be watching this one channel who's going through everything, and they've about to start the movies. There's another channel that's starting Deep Space Nine. There's Bunny who's starting the original series, and then we got possibility of the Delta Flyers podcast starting Deep Space Nine. Like, this is like a Star Trek orgasmic overload for me. At least it should be. But all I can do is be pissed off at Apex, right? Okay, I think I know this person. Wait, do I know this person? Yeah, the first word is Chancellor. Chancellor usually means that they're the head of the Klingon Empire. So how many Klingon Chancellors do I know? Well, I know a few of them, and Worf's killed most of them, spoilers. Which one is this? I was thinking it was... Well, no, that's not right. That sounds right. Wait. Okay. Yeah, because I was like, wait, Gorkin and Gowron are pretty similar, like, but the R is in the position that it's in, so... It is Galron, right? I'm not. Actually, he's the guy with the crazy eyeballs, right? If you've ever seen a meme with a Klingon with crazy eyeballs, that's him. Ooh, a title with an apostrophe. Also, Ratmus made a Zelda 2 reference. That's amazing. Also, I think Stelnox was saying yes to joining my Discord. Let's hope that I'm not asking him to join against his will. But let me see here. There we go. I found Stelnox. So yeah, welcome to my Discord, Stelnox. You can mute it if it gets annoying. I totally won't judge you. Okay, maybe I'll judge you. Ratmus has got his Ratmus Corner. We got a vacation pics where I just posted some pics. We got a food channel. We got a funny stuff channel. We got general discussion. And sometimes people talk too damn much. But hopefully you'll have a good time. Definitely not naming names or anything. Of course, I don't know. Maybe Stelnox won't accept the invite. And I've been talking so much, I'm getting thirsty already. Fuck neons. I might need a drink just because I've been talking so much. Maybe I should just get some water. I don't really want to pop right now. Everyone just fucking failing over here. Yay, he accepted the invite. Take the cap off the water. And you know what? I'm going to do what I said that people should never do. I'm going to mute my own Discord temporarily just so it's not making messages on the stream. Oh, that's real helpful. And thank you, Fish and Stelnox, for being 13-month subscribers with that Metal Man badge. Well, we know there's an H there. Whoa. already said thank you, but thank you for the notification. All right, now, what is this? The something's Eve? I? I'm having a hard time remembering the name of an episode with I or Eve in it. Hmm. Max Beto? Don't I know that person from Bunny's Discord? Whoa. Well, thanks for the follow, Max Beto. Alright, I'm going to take a wild guess here and hope that it's I. It is. Okay. Yeah, this is probably not a like. When I can usually figure out an episode from the old series, but from the new series, there's some I know and there's some I don't know. Hey Max, welcome. How's it going? How you doing? Enjoy the Star Trek Wheel of Fortune. You may shout out the answers if you know them. There are 1,000 puzzles in this game, and I made every single one of them up. Well, I mean, I obviously didn't make them up. They are real Star Trek episode titles, believe it or not. And characters, and actors, and other things. This is probably from a new show that I'm not going to know this title until I see it, and even after I see it, I might not know it. So this is just total shot in the dark here. What? Oh! No, okay, actually, this is not... Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it didn't click for me until right now, Fish. It is the Mind's Eye, and I think that's a... Whoops. I think that's a Next Generation, or something. It's just, I don't know what... It's not a good episode, whatever it is. Not a memorable one. I couldn't even tell you what episode that was. I think it's a TNG. Or an original series. I don't remember. Species. Well, species are either going to be plural with an S on the end, or it's going to be the something. Because some species just don't like Borg. Like, you don't say Borgs. You say the Borg. But this is clearly not the Borg. I think I might know what this is, but I'll give you guys some time to guess it. Well, no, because Cardassians would just be Cardassians. Vulcans would just be Vulcans. Oh, okay, it was not what I thought it was. Actually, I thought it was the Calamarain. But that was not the answer either. So the Mind's Eye is TNG Season 4? Okay, this is weird because I said that there wasn't going to be the with the S, and there's a the with the S. What's going on here? Hmm. Oh, okay. I get. Well, no. This is kind of a weird one, and I'll explain why. Ratmus. These are the guys that come from France. Yeah, now, maybe I should go back and look through the species tab and see if I, because this is a weird exception because I guess the reason why this is the overlookers and not just overlookers is because that's not like their real name. Like the real name of this species was never given or said. They're just kind of called the overlookers. It's more like a nickname or a description because we don't know what their actual species name is. And yes, that's what they look like. And uh, Ratmus just loves to, say that they come from France and then make flatulent farting noises. Why? Because Ratmus. They were only seen on a few episodes of Voyager, and I don't know if that was ever even spoken in dialogue, actually. But okay, so we want the prize. We're going to have here a Lustre bedroom set, or how about all of Ryza? It's time for Fish to start drinking. Fish got so pissed off at that Overlookers puzzle, she needs some hard liquor right now. And by that I mean a Pepsi. Okay, I know this one immediately. It's an episode of the original series. Any of you guys know it? That's a weirdly specific meme, Ratmus. Then again, aren't all memes weirdly specific? Maybe not. Let's see. You guys know it now? I don't remember what happens in that episode, though. We won. Forget winning an island. We won an entire planet. Max is new here, so it's his chance to get in the game. That means Bunny's going to watch the Cloud Minders in about, I don't know, 3 years. That's the only thing Doom ever asks about Worf. What if he defeats Picard? Is that an example of the Picard effect? And what the fuck is the Picard effect? I've heard of the Picard maneuver. Alright, I'm gonna go off book here, and I'm gonna buy a vowel. Oh, that was real helpful. Okay, let's take a second here. This is a character. I feel like this is enough to get it. What, like... What could that first name... Okay, I got it. I don't know if anyone's going to know this. Ratmus. This is a new character from Star Trek Picard. Most of the new characters from Star Trek Picard are terrible and they suck. Let's see, do I want to solve it here or do I want to go for more money? Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to get this one. This is no. This is a character named Agnes Jurati, who was a scientist who stupidly killed somebody on purpose and then was somehow forgiven and then turned into the Borg Queen for some dumb reason? Yeah. I would definitely say don't watch Star Trek Picard at all. Or maybe if you really want to, just watch season 3, but you don't really have to. Yeah, but I don't know what the hell they were thinking with Star Trek Picard. And like I said, they introduced all these new characters, and by the end of season 2, they dumped all of them and just brought back the cast of The Next Generation because they had a new writer who corrected all the mistakes and was like, these new characters suck. Everybody hates them. Let's just bring back The Next Generation and do it right. Okay, now this is also a character, but it looks like it might be the something, which is weird. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm making assumptions again. Okay, it's not the. Also, I sort of only half read what Ratmus wrote, but yeah, like that Romulan bitch who had odd sexual tension with her brother, like, that's true. That's something that happened in Star Trek Picard. That might tell everybody, yeah, probably best to avoid that series. Right? Of course it's canon. Okay, I know who this is, and it's someone from Lower Decks. Anybody seen Lower Decks? Anybody watch Lower Decks? What's that? No? Yeah. Yeah, last name is Rutherford, not Rutherford B. Hayes. First name starts with an S. I'll just spoil it for you at this point. It's one of the main characters of Star Trek Lower Decks, which is an animated series, by the way. It's Sam Rutherford. And the season finale of Strange New Worlds is, I think it might release, I don't know when exactly it releases, tonight or tomorrow, but I always watch it Friday for dinner, personally. Alright, so we got a title with probably an apostrophe S over here. A CNN Washington correspondent. Sam Rutherford here for CNN. Well, it's not Data's Day. Man, kids these days and their hip Rutherford B. Hayes memes. Whatever happened to Millard Fillmore memes? Times Orphan. That certainly fits, I think. Not much anything. Okay. Times Orphan is an episode of Deep Space Nine. And it's kind of a weird one. Not a favorite. But GG, Max. Illustrated bedroom set. Or suite, or whatever the hell it is. I know it. The first word is second, yes. It's Deep Space Nine. Maybe if I tell you what happens in the episode, could you guess the title from that? Probably not. It's Second Skin. It, I mean, maybe if I had explained the episode's plot, but it's kind of hard for me to explain the episode's plot without knowing the political intrigue background of the show, so I just won't bother. Yep, yep. Alright, who's next? Ratmus wants to play, right, Ratmus? Now, if you're wondering where Song is, Song went to the grocery store and is making herself breakfast for dinner because for the past 2 days, Song has woken me up with text messages complaining about how she wants brunch. I think yes, Doom, and I think it's like I mean it's usually a stereotype about nerds. I mean you've seen Galaxy Quest, you know it's that classic stereotype of when the nerd goes up to the and the podium and asks like in episode 17 Devil's Due why did this X Y and Z happen. So I think maybe that started with Star Trek: The Original Series. I'm not sure, but for me personally, like it usually happens in a like because some TV shows, they tell you what the name of the episode is. They put it right there in text at the beginning of the episode, and some TV shows don't do that. And I think maybe because Star Trek did that. They tell you like right what the episode title is. I mean, that made it something where like Star Trek fans, Trekkies, nerds, all of the above, they could be like, okay, well that's the name of the episode. Now I memorize it. Whereas like a show, if they don't tell you the name of the episode, if you have to go look it up or something, then why would you know that? And why do I know so many episodes? It's not like I go around memorizing the episode titles, but it's just from like familiarity of like years and years and years of watching them and rewatching them and rewatching them and rewatching them. Like when I see the Cloudminders, I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely an original series episode. I don't know what it is though, like off the top of my head, because it's not one of my favorites. So this is obviously Mr. Somebody. So with some of the people who have short names, and sometimes they're known for being called Mr., like Mr. Spock. This is clearly not Mr. Spock. So I spelled out the word Mr. to give you more letters and more chances to figure out what's going on, because if it didn't have that Mr., it'd be a lot harder, I would think. And it's like, why do I know the names of Lost episodes, Doom? And again, now, hold on. Lost doesn't write their episode titles on the screen, but I think it's the fact that over the past 2 years or so, I have watched 8 different rewatch channels on YouTube of people watching Lost. So I always see, I was constantly seeing the names of the episodes over and over and over and over and over again. I hit the button. I tried to guess N. I don't even know if that was correct, but it was too late because I was talking. I'm trying to think, like, is this Mr. Tuvok? And I can't remember if I put a Mr. for him or not. That's the only reason why I'm like, wait, is it Tuvok? I honestly can't remember if I put a Mr. on him. I think probably maybe I did. Hey, Lizard, how's it going? Sadly, Mr. T did not ever guest star on Star Trek. It is Mr. Tuvok. Mr. Tuvok is one of the main characters on Star Trek Voyager. He is a Vulcan. It was very short-lived. It was so short-lived it never existed. Yeah, I think I did not put Tuvix in here because I totally forgot about him. No, it's like how did I go about choosing the puzzles? You asked? No, wait, nobody asked. Ooh, okay, hold on a second here. Well, okay, not hold on a second here because the AI is going here. Haha, bankrupt. So there is a Star Trek wiki, and it's called Memory Alpha. So what I would do is, I would say list all the episodes of the original series, and then I would start putting the ones that I wanted. And then so when I was going for characters, I would say like, okay, go to the original series. It's like, all right, who's the main cast? All right, there's Kirk, there's Spock, there's et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then it's like, I could do a thing where it's like, here's people who have guest starred on the original series, or here's people who have guest starred, characters that are recurring, characters that have appeared in enough episodes that a Trek fan would hopefully know who they were, like Spock's dad, Sarek, for example. And this, I think, if I'm correct about who this character is, this is a recurring character on Star Trek Voyager, but he was only in 3 episodes? Now, he's a very memorable character, if you're a fan of Star Trek Voyager, but not one that you would think of quickly, maybe. I mean, it was a very short arc, if you want to call it that, but he did have somewhat of an arc. And I'm wondering if anyone like Ratmus can figure out who it is by me saying these hints. Let's risk it and get some more money here and some more letters while people think about who this guy might be. I'll give you a big hint. Don't go bankrupt. Fuck. Yes, it's not. Harry Mudd never appeared on Voyager, sadly. I'm pretty sure he's dead by the time of Voyager. Doom is guessing Lolly Lule Low over here. Spoilers, it's an O. I was gonna say the big spoiler is that he's a serial killer. I lost all my money there, I went bankrupt. His name is Lon Suitor. I think that's how you spell his name? Yes. Actually, shit. You know what? Doom, you're probably like, oh, that guy's appeared in 3 episodes of Star Trek Voyager. I don't know who the hell he is. I would never know who the hell he is. Well, guess what? You've actually seen him before. He's the guy in this GIF. By the way, that's Tuvok on the right, Mr. Tuvok, mind melding with on the left, Lon Suter. Holy shit! It all comes together after 9 years of having that GIF. I never even thought about that until right now. We got a double O in this title. Yeah, Garrick's gonna solve it. Oh, okay. I know what this is because we had it like a couple days ago on Zoda's stream. Um, this is an episode of Voyager, and it involves one of the Vulcans going into Ponfar. Ponfar is the Vulcan mating ritual, which also has another name. Spoilers, it's blood fever. Yeah, there's another episode title called Blood Oath, but this is not Blood Oath, this is Blood Fever. Stelnox, I like the way you said that. Like, because the way you said that, it sounds like you just have casual conversations with Spock in real life. Like, yeah, I was talking to Spock the other day, and he happened to mention. Oh, okay, we got a lot of letters here, a lot of words. Oh, okay. Now, this is a real. You guys probably aren't going to get this one because it is a recent one. It is, in fact, very recent and very hilarious. And I don't know how long. It would take me a long time to explain this episode. Yes, it is an episode of Strange New Worlds that aired like 2 weeks ago, I think. But a very famous episode because it was a crossover episode. But again, I don't know if you guys care that much. Wow, Stelmax, I don't know how I should take that. You're having beers with Cybok, he's releasing your pain. Hanging out with Romulans and Klingons. I don't even know if I even know you anymore. hit end. All right, let's go. Why did Kirk climb that mountain? Because it was there? No S's. I thought only Captain Pike wanted to do that. And no L's. And no T's. Oh, W? Who said there could be episodes that start with the letter W? Hmm? This is an episode title that starts with W-A. Walla Walla, Washington Warriors. It's not Way of the Warrior. Moo. Almost bankrupted. But I don't know what this is. Not yet. I was hoping for some technology categories so I could explain to people like Doom about the Star Trek technology. We were talking about cortical stimulators last night. Starts with war. I don't think it is. War. Warmonger. War. What would have war in the title? Warlock. Wardrobe. Warger. Worm. Maybe it has nothing to do with war. War. Oh yeah, Doom. It was a long time ago where we were talking about this word, right? Would you guys pronounce that as wares? Because when I was, I was going to say when I was a kid, but no, when I was in my early 20s in the early 2000s and I heard the term, I pronounced it as Juarez because that's what I thought it was. I mean, it's Juarez, right? And that's clearly the name of this episode, right? Ratmus, nobody cares about Mr. Tricorder, okay? I care about Mr. Juarez. I'm gonna make up a new character, and their name is Mr. Juarez Juarez. Wait. I think I figured it out. And the war does mean war. Wait. No. I was thinking warlord, but that doesn't fit. So never mind. Well, we were winning song, but I can't figure out this puzzle. No. Oh. It's not warlord. It is warhead, referring to a missile. That's a Voyager. Well, in this case, it was an intelligent missile that put the crew of the Starship Voyager in danger. Another species with the word "the" in it, so everything I say is just a lie, so who knows if it has an S or not. Well, it's definitely not the Borg, right? I mean, I would love to do that song. I would love to stream late enough so that he could get here and Zoda could get here and maybe some other people could get here. Why did I go that way? This might be a weird one. What? I can't remember what this is. Oh. Okay, I know what this is, and they only, and actually, I was gonna say that this race only appears in one episode of Star Trek Voyager, and that's it. But you know what? They never actually even appeared in that episode. They were only mentioned. So why the heck did I put them in here? I needed names. Yeah. So let me give you some Voyager spoilers, everybody. So here's some spoilers for Voyager. Remember when Amelia Earhart disappeared in 1937 or whatever? Well, spoilers. She was actually kidnapped by aliens and brought across the galaxy and put in cryogenic sleep. And who were the aliens who did that to her? It was the Briori. I'm not saying it's aliens, but spoilers, it's always aliens. Hmm. Okay. I was thinking the first word was on or in. Okay, it's probably of. Wait, it's not of, so it's if. If? It must be if something. If. Well, it's not if wishes were horses. I thought maybe the second word ended with a D. Clearly, I was wrong. If memory serves, okay. Well, if memory serves me, I don't remember what series this is from. I think this is a recent. It's probably from Discovery or Lower Decks or something. Because I vaguely remember hearing this, but I don't know what it is. So yeah, Doom got it just from figuring out the words. Did I spell that right? Yes. Song wants the lustrous bedroom set. Okay, we have a character with 3 different names. A first, a middle, and a last. Okay, yes. Yeah. There were a lot of characters that I was thinking it was going to be, but then I was like, oh no, it's the obvious one. James. Tiberius. Kirk. Of all people. Yes, it does. Because I think in the original series he was always referred to as James T. Kirk, except for in one of the episodes that Bunny is about to watch, there is a tombstone that says James R. Kirk. That's an error. But his middle name was never said to be Tiberius until the animated series, which people are like, oh, that's not canon. But then they said it in Star Trek VI, I believe, was the first movie to confirm that, not including the animated series. And Doom, since you've seen the 2009 movie, that was the first anything to confirm Uhura's first name. So if Uhura comes up, then I'm totally saying that you know her first name because it was in that movie, right? A woman taking command of the Enterprise? That's crazy talk in the 60s. There was literally an episode. Was it? Was it? It was in the animated series where all of the men succumbed to some virus or something. So yes, Uhura and the women had to take command. And speaking of which, we have an all-female contestant base here: Uhura, Deanna, and Jadzia. What about number one, Doom? Oh, she's such a stuck-up, emotionless, ugly bitch. She could never be considered a woman, right? It's a wonderful thing and perfectly fine to say in 1966. I don't know, Stelnox, but I think it was the virus on the Justice League that, incapacitated John Jones, the Martian, who is all man. But yeah, so Doom, in the cage that you watched, you did not watch the cage. You watched Bunny's reaction to the cage. So I don't know how much you got from that. But yes, that female character on the bridge who was like second in command, she was referred to as number one. They never gave her a name. She was played by Gene Roddenberry's girlfriend. The network wanted her to get the hell out of there. Because they didn't want a woman in a command position on the bridge, and also because they didn't like that Gene Roddenberry was putting his girlfriend on the show, hashtag nepotism. Um, but that character was never seen again until very recently. She is now a main character on Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and on that show she is played by Rebecca Romaine, former model and former person who played What's-Her-Face from the X-Men movies, Mystique. And by the way, so when they said get rid of that character, Gene Roddenberry, we're not letting you put your girlfriend on the show. He put his girlfriend on the show anyway, gave her a different hair color, and had her play a different character, and hoped that they wouldn't notice. Spoilers: they did notice and were pissed at him. And by the way, when I say girlfriend, he was married and cheated on his wife, and then divorced her, and then married the girlfriend. And Gene Roddenberry was a very visionary man, but he did a lot of bad things, as a lot of 1960s executives did, from what I hear. But let's not go into that. Oh, but you know what? I will tell you one thing. When I was coming up with ideas for things to put in this game, I originally thought that the category of cast might be cast and crew. So I was going to put in behind the scenes people like Gene Roddenberry and Matt Jeffries and some other people. But I very quickly realized, I was like, there's not that many of these people that I would even know. Like, I mean, obviously I know Gene Roddenberry, but like, just because I want to put a couple of writers in here, I was like, do I really need to do this? And I got rid of that idea. And luckily I found enough characters to where I just nixed that idea entirely. Because, yeah, you totally wouldn't want to have to know, that some of the writers or some of the people behind the scenes. Okay, anyways, getting back to this puzzle, it is a character, and do I know who it is? Not that I can think of, because I'm thinking and talking about other things. How does that Bacardi commercial go? Because according to me, they're saying just dead Bacardi geezer. Is it just dead Bacardi breezer? There's Barkley, but that's Reginald Barkley. Buck. Is there a Buckminst? Is there a Buchanan? How do you not know that commercial? I don't know if there's going to be a T. There is. Oh, okay. Yeah, now I know who this is. If you've seen Lower Decks, you would know this. If you haven't seen Lower Decks, well, you're up a creek. Here, I'll guess a vowel for you. You'll never guess this first name. It's one of the main characters of Star Trek Lower Decks. It's Beckett Mariner. No, and it's a she. Who does play for Seattle anyways? Nobody knows. Alright, see you later, Doom. I had a big dinner, but as usual, streaming and talking about food is getting me hungry, and all the water I drank is making me hungry. Well, maybe I do need a hop. Ratmus, do you know that Bacardi commercial that I was talking about? Okay, a character, one word that starts with K and doesn't have an apostrophe. Normally you would think it would be a Klingon with an apostrophe. I mean, you could just lie and say that you do. It's not, I mean, there's some Klingons who start with a K, but I thought I put them together. So I'm still unsure at this point. Let's try some. Okay. I know who it is. Somebody else. It's sadly not Kiappa. It's somebody else from Lower Decks. And it's a side character, so literally nobody is going to get this. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and spoil it for you guys. So, how many of you here have seen that famous episode of The Next Generation called Darmok, where Picard meets that Temerian guy and he says, you know, Shaka when the walls fell and all that stuff. Well, anyways, so they introduced a character on Lower Decks, and his name is Kayshawn, and he's the first Tamarian in Starfleet. Um, yes. So supposedly he talks like that, although they've supposedly upgraded the universal translator so it can figure out what he's talking about. But there's an episode called Kayshawn, His Eyes Open, which is all about him. All right, we got a title that is presumably the something, but it's a very short something. Hmm. What? The. Hmm. What's the name of the Voyager episode, guest starring Michael McKean as the clown, where he takes those people into their dreams, kind of like Freddy Krueger, and scares them to death? Ratmus, you know what I'm talking about. Do I need a break? Ooh. Is the thaw. Oh, hmm. After this, I'm probably going to have to take a break. So hopefully we can get this. Should be enough letters. Oof. I was thinking that this was going to be easy with this much letters, but this looks like. Oh, okay. Oh, thank God you're there, Stelnox. That should have been an obvious one to me, but I was thinking like I don't know what I was thinking. All right. Before we get into the next game, as I said, I'm going to have to take a break. We won all of Ryza once again. I don't know, maybe Ratmus will be gone by the time I get back. All right, save state. Pause. I'm missing a lot of stuff in Discord. All right, if anyone has to leave during the break, bye, thanks for being here. Hello, I am back. Hey, Zoda. Zoda, it's been mostly new puzzles. I have seen a couple of repeats. Blood Fever comes to mind, but mostly new. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Song. I was getting lonely.
Huh?
I was getting lonely.
Lonely? Sounded to me like you were BRBing. How do you get lonely when you're not there?
Before I was BRBing, I was getting lonely.
I mean, it had to be entertaining.
Yes.
It's a pain. Voice song. Yeah, how do you know it's me, Rockman?
This is you, right? Let me look at your dinner again. Bacon, eggs, Eggo waffles, and tater tots.
I would have liked real waffles, but I don't have a waffle maker because I don't need a waffle maker.
But you have an air fryer.
Dad bought it, not me.
I'm surprised that you didn't buy a waffle maker.
Well, I need to get rid of a whole bunch of other appliances before I buy a waffle maker.
You should have cooked the tater tots in the air fryer.
Yeah, I could have, but I didn't.
Did you use that, what do you call it? Toaster
An oven?
Well, the toaster oven.
No. I use the oven.
Okay. But yeah, so everything's fine so far. How are you doing? Okay, that's enough free spins. I don't think that's it, Stelnox. What if it was chicken fries? I had fettuccine alfredo, but not with chicken because I'm too lazy to cook chicken. Something of the something. It's not Tears of the Jedi, and it's not Tears of something else, and it's not Dagger
Tears of the
Mine.
eyes.
Know what it is, Stelnox. It's a Voyager episode.
Tears of the dead.
The last word is dead.
Ooh.
Don't go bankrupt.
I didn't know there was a thing here.
A what thing?
Oh, I'm doing those amiibos.
Bye, Ratmus. Thanks for being here. It is Barge of the Dead. Take those dishonored Klingons to Klingon hell. Oh boy.
Oh. That was stupid.
We got a cast member, so this is the name of an actor. First name starts with an R. 4 letters. Well, I know what it is, comma Rip. Main actor on Deep Space Nine who passed away a few years ago and has a very long-ass French name that I don't know how to spell off the top of my head. That's another thing about, I was thinking about all these Star Trek actors' names is like, yeah, some of them are Patrick Stewart. That's an easy name to remember. I mean, not just the fact that he's famous, but just like, that's an easy name. A lot of these people have weird names. Very weird names. You might know this actor being the voice in something or other. I don't know, but like, I'm gonna have to Google his name in order to spell this correctly. Was he on Benson? Did he ever guest star on Laverne and Shirley? I believe he was in the movie MASH. Who back then had a racist name, but it was okay to be racist back in the 50s. I mean, what? Don't worry, it was a racial slur against Irishmen. That's okay, right? I'm just digging my own grave here, so I'm not even listening.
Nah, I'm just kind of, I'm listening enough to go like, the fuck is he talking about?
Well, at least you're having some kind of reaction. I didn't mean to pick O, but okay. Your brother will be here in 20 minutes, right?
I have no idea. I just sent him a informational if you want to. I have no idea what he's doing.
Well, you better drop everything to get over here. Well, except his kid. Don't drop her.
Yeah.
Phazon, right, guys? Keyshawn, his eyes open. No, that's not it. I know what it is. It's an episode of Enterprise, and actually a good episode of Enterprise. One of my favorites, anyways.
Those exist?
Rarely, yes. Stalnox, you know, in
Oh.
Enterprise. This is an episode called Carbon Creek, and spoilers, it's about 3 Vulcans who crash land on Earth in the 1950s and have to hide in a town and pretend to be humans. It is a lovely episode. I like it. Let's try the motorboat this time. Aha! Stelnox, do you know these 2 famous characters from Star Trek Deep Space Nine who are, well, by the end of the show they get married? Spoilers. No, it's not Jar Jar Binks. I know it really looks that way, but trust me, it's not. It's Rom and Lita. fabulous motorboat. Totally from Cobra Triangle. Have I tried picking a vowel after spinning? And no, why would I do that? Why would I have done that? Alright, I'm using a safe state, so if I pick a vowel, it's going to say something. Fail pick. Is that like fail Picard? Alright, that never happened. Let me save state again here. What if I guess, okay, that says dough I missed. Ah, okay. Does that work, no, not. Speaking of episodes that I forced Song to watch, the quote-unquote famous one of Picard face-palming, that's when Q showed up and said he lost his powers, and Picard was just like, bitch, please, you're annoying me.
And he was naked.
Yes.
I remember the nakedness.
Of course you remember that part.
You have a problem with that? Oh, hello.
Please never mention Q being naked again when you're watching GoldenEye. Why are you watching GoldenEye? And are you talking about the movie or the N64 video game? In this case, the movie. I think I know what this is. I think it's a Deep Space Nine. Try to get some more money. Actually, I know it's a Deep Space Nine. I'm just not sure which episode this is. It's Paradise Lost. I think it's part of that two-parter with the changelings on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
But did he? But did he invent the transparent aluminum? Excuse me. Moo. I bet Zelda's just amazed that it's possible to play this game without first playing a rando. Whoa. Speaking of technically, I don't think we've had any tech yet this stream. And we definitely haven't had any ships. We did have some species. I think this is one that Blake or Zoda had. If it is, I think it is. There's no I in Martok. Well, he has one eye. Just one. Too soon? Question mark. I pulled a Zoda. In other words, I thought I was spinning, but I ended up guessing A. calling that pulling a Zoda? Conspiracy. Okay. We got a cast member whose first name only has 2 letters in it. Oh. This is the guy that plays Martok. And I forget what his real name is, but as an actor, he goes by usually JG. Actually, is his name Garmin? It's some sort of weird name. A fabulous kitchen set. A fabulous Klingon kitchen set. This is totally copyright 1987. You know what else happened in 1987? The Next Generation premiered. Well, good guess, Stelnox, but sadly no. I think there's some episodes that start with the word cold. I mean, cold front, but that doesn't fit. Maybe it's not cold. What else could it be?
Betazoid?
As far as I know, there's no episode called Cold Feet. Cold Fear? I don't think that's an episode. Cold Fire. Cold Fire is a Voyager episode. I think it's the one where they meet the female caretaker, if you know what the hell that means, and if you don't, then just ignore what I said. Alright, we got a tech category here. You know who's my favorite member of the Bad Batch? Tech.
Echo's better.
Well, that's your opinion. Like,
Yeah, well, my person's still alive.
no,
Ooh.
like, no, I'm right.
Spoilers. Huh?
Yeah. Don't go bankrupt. Alright. Yes, so... Huh. Stelnox, you remember those computer chips that they used to use on the Next Generation, which probably looked very futuristic in 1987? I debated getting some more money there. They were called isolinear chips. You could shuffle them like cards. Yes, I made someone watch that episode too.
What?
The one where they were all acting drunk, especially Data.
Ah.
Wow, is this what we think it is?
The Borg?
That's what I thought it was, but it apparently is not the Borg. Huh. Is it the Gorn? No, it isn't that either. Well, oh, is this? Oh. Okay. I thought. Zoda, I thought this was going to be that 1001th puzzle that we were never going to see. Did the order get shuffled? Don't you solve it, Chekhov. Yeah, well... Yeah, because this is... there's not a lot of letters in the word Dosai. And they were only in one episode of Deep Space Nine, so I was like, if we have to lose a puzzle, I wouldn't mind losing this puzzle, but we got this puzzle anyway, so who knows what we ended up losing in the long run. I don't think we've gone for the ski holiday yet. Oh, but we still have him in the... We had his actor, and we also have him as a contestant, is the word I was trying to think of. Okay, now... Okay, I know what this is. It's a Deep Space Nine. It's not an episode that I care for. It's not an episode that anybody's gonna care about. It's called The Sound of Her Voice. Yay.
Hey.
Alright, well, before we do the next one, I have to BRB again. It won't be that long as it was before. It will be short, I hope. If anyone has to leave during the break, bye. Thanks for being here. I'll be right back. We are back.
Am I supposed to welcome you?
Welcome back, song.
I didn't leave.
As far as the stream's concerned, you did.
That was not on me.
A blank of blank. Or in blank. A blank to blank. And in fact, this is a Deep Space Nine episode. Is this the season 5 finale? Let's try to get some more money. Don't go bankrupt. It is a time to what, chat? Well, Zoda might remember from putting it into the thing.
To strip.
That would be an interesting Star Trek episode.
Yes.
It's a time to stand. Less interesting to song.
There's certain things I can think of that stand up that are interesting. Stand at attention.
Oh, is it late night? It's time for the stream. Is it time for the stream to die, apparently? Well, damn it, things were going great. Song, can you hear me?
Yes.
Is my voice going bad?
No.
Huh. That's strange. It fully disconnected itself. Can you still hear me okay?
Your breaking up just a tad, but like I can hear you, yeah.
So you think it is my internet?
Maybe.
Like, this is way bad. Hello? Did it stop going terrible?
Maybe. I do see your stream up, but I don't. Are you paused in it?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that was awful. Welcome back, Doom. I'm sure it's fine now, and that won't happen again. That was sarcasm. Hey, Song and Doom and Fish, what's that thing that Pokemon do?
What things what?
What's that thing that Pokemon do?
They say their name over and over? Oh. You mean evolution?
Don't make me misspell this. But yeah, I was dropping so many thousands of frames, and then OBS completely disconnected and reconnected itself, and then got up to 1,403 frames dropped, not including the ones before that. And then, so now it's stabilized at 1403. Neelix sounds awfully close to Stelnox. I thought you were typing. I don't know Steelix. Okay, we got a title that's something with an apostrophe S, and the whole thing starts with a J. Sounds like you're asking me if I've heard of a song. It's a nice little ditty. Have you heard that one? No. Yeah, hum a few bars, I'll see. I know what it is. One of the last episodes of The Next Generation. Anybody else? guess. And actually, I guess Doom. I don't think you really know this because I don't think you've been there. But like for the past 4 or 5 nights in a row, either Zoda or Blake has played this game. Since you weren't there, then you don't know about this game other than what I've told you, right? I mean, you heard me say the names of the categories though, right? Yeah, I said that. Um, oh, and speaking of which, I think we saw this person last night or the night before in Zoda's stream, and I couldn't figure it out. I think Stelnox figured it out, or somebody in chat did. I was gonna say, is she Bing Crosby's daughter or granddaughter? I can't remember. Daughter of actor Dennis Crosby? Who the hell is Dennis Crosby? The father of actor Denise Crosby. There's a lot of fucking Crosbys. Okay, so she is the granddaughter of Bing Crosby. Attack. Doom, having seen The Cage and Wrath of Khan and Star Trek Reboot, is clearly an expert on all the Star Trek technology and knows what this is already. I was going to guess Photon Torpedo, but that's clearly not it. That is technology that they often use on Star Trek. Yes, pancake batter. Yes, this is getting very technical. One of the wonderful books that I read when I was in high school was the Star Trek The Next Generation Technical Manual. Let's risk it once again. Oh, no, no, no! Damn it, I was gonna guess R. So yes, the transporter, when it basically scans you and demolecularizes you, and so before it beams your molecules or whatever down to the planet or whatever, that information, your transporter pattern is stored in the pattern buffer temporarily. And you usually hear about that when something goes wrong. First, you would have to tell me what the hell that means. Song.
Huh? Oh. Okay, so in Harry Potter, there's the like teleportation spell, and splinching is when you don't teleport all of your pieces. Thank you. So that's operation, but teleportation is essential. That tells him much better.
Hey, Jolly. Well, I just explained it. You see, when you go through the transporter and your molecules are turned into energy, your pattern is stored in the pattern buffer, and then it's beamed down to the planet, and then where you're reassembled, which totally kills you, but let's not talk about that. But yeah, as Stelnox said, rarely the transporter can go horribly wrong and completely fuck up your pattern and mutate and kill you. But don't worry about that. It's still the safest way to travel. How's it going, Jolly? I'm a Star Trek nerd, okay? Are you a Star Trek nerd? Because this is Star Trek Wheel of Fortune! Oh God!
Star Trek knowledge is one of my many flaws in our relationship.
Of which there are many.
Do you want to talk about yours?
I was joking, clearly. You don't have any flaws.
Nice recovery.
I only give my autograph on terrible video games, right? I actually meant to guess S. Yeah, it is, except we discussed this before, and Star Trek is clearly for intelligent people, and Star Wars is clearly for dumb losers. Oh. Clearly the episode title is Fucker. The Galloping Ghosts Arcade. Fuss. Fusion. What? Chekhov knows this. What the hell show has an episode called Fusion? It's not coming to mind. Oh. It's an Enterprise episode, and not a good one. More like Fuso Yo Mama. Well, you could tell because the real Rockman knows all the Star Treks. So if I ever fail a puzzle, that means that's how you'll know it's not me. Am I a rock, comma man? Is it a mirror episode? No, that doesn't fit. So if I was replaced by this X parasite, then it would have all my knowledge. Would Song be able to tell the difference?
Huh?
If I was replaced by a weird parasite, I think it's
Well,
not.
if they got, no, I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah. Smush GG. Okay, I know who this is. It's a character from Lower Decks. I don't think anyone in chat knows this. So let me take this opportunity to remind you guys that I believe the next stream is going to be Saturday afternoon. Well, it's supposed to be Saturday afternoon, where Ratmus is going to continue Skyward Sword. Although, Coral Breezen, Carol Baskin. Well, you're close. It is Carol something. She's the captain of the USS Cerritos, California class Doom. It's Carol Freeman. Lower Decks. But yeah, I don't think I've mentioned this to all of you. I know Song knows about this, but is Cerritos a bad town, Doom? I don't know anything about it. So in my basement, in our house, underneath the living room, there is a crawl space, and it is full of boxes of stuff. And unfortunately, me and Ratmus have been putting this off for years, but we're going to have to, for various reasons that I could go into. But what's the point? The point is that Saturday morning, Ratmus and I are going to have to go into that crawl space and get everything out of that crawl space. Everything must go. And that is going to be a pain in the ass and take a huge amount of time and be really dirty. And I don't know how long it's going to take, and I hope it doesn't take too long, because if it takes too long, then it's going to interfere with our lunch, and if it takes even longer, then it's going to interfere with our stream. So I can't say for sure when that stream is going to start. You know, I want to say 2 p.m., but I can't say for sure. Yep, there's probably spiders in there, and probably mice, and who knows what else. Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked him, can't convince me that it didn't happen. She fed him to tigers, they snacked him, Carol Baskin. Is that like a modern day Lizzie Borden song?
I think so.
Wayne's World was partially filmed there. What? You mean Wayne's World wasn't filmed completely on location in Aurora, Illinois? They lied to me? That's that Mexican pop, isn't it, Fish? Do you mean after Pat Sajak supposedly retires? I don't know. I've only heard rumors that he's going to retire. Brad Parrott would be a good choice. Brad Sherwood. Only people whose name starts with Brad. I think I know what this puzzle is. Ryan Seacrest? I hope it's not him. Wait. Yeah, that's kind of a fucked up link there, Jolly. Like, are we saying that the rumor is, or it is confirmed, that Ryan Seacrest is going to replace Pat Sajak? I don't know if that's true. Well, hey Arson, thank you for the resub. You're still on 2 years with your wonderful badge there. Are you a Star Trek fan, Arson? Because this is all about the Star Trek. Huh. This is an episode of Deep Space Nine. It is part of a two-parter. Good two-parter. The second word is Infernos. It's spoilers by Infernos something. Nicole loves it. Well, wow. Where's Nicole at? Does Dante's Inferno have multiplayer? But long story short, Arson, this is a ROM hack that Zoda and I made. It's all about Star Trek. It has a lot of episode titles and a lot of character names and some other stuff from the entire history, pretty much, of Star Trek, which has a long and storied history from 1966 right up till today, with so many series.
Shouldn't it be long and glorious?
Well, it was mostly glorious. Some of it not so glorious. going to say so many series that I've lost count, although I think it's 12.
Did you write them out recently on Skype?
What?
Didn't you write those out recently on Skype?
I'm sure I did, yeah. The category is cast, which means it is the name of a cast member, an actor who plays some sort of character. All right, well, thanks for lurking. Thanks for resubbing, Arson. And by the way, my command apparently is lurk mode, not just lurk. Exactly. So, what actor's name starts with an L?
Probably several of them.
Probably. Moo. Doom, have you seen Reading Rainbow? Because you should have known this.
Oh my god!
LeVar Burton didn't get the Jeopardy hosting job. Why not him for Wheel of Fortune, right? Don't you do it, Picard. Yeah, if I was choosing, I was happy with Ken Jennings. I like Ken Jennings. And What's Her Face is fine. I don't really watch Jeopardy, but my parents do all the time. The something of a something. Oh, I'm dropping frames again. Song, how's the Skype call?
Fine. Keep talking, maybe I'll tell you if it's bad or not.
Hey, this is Rockman. How's my voice? Wait, it's coming back to the green now. So. Am I okay now?
Yeah?
Well, I was maybe thinking of going really late tonight, but every time I start dropping frames, I get sad and want to stop. I don't know what the puzzle is yet. As of right now, we have stopped on 2470 frames dropped. Oh, so what's that last word? It's not sun. Of a. Oh. Son, I told you it's my favorite episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. And Soda got it before I could type it in. That's a lot of words. I think Zoda knows this because I think we might have seen this recently. Take me out to the hall suite. And the stream is dying again. Song, are you there?
No.
Ground control to Major Song. Can you hear me?
I am not here. You cannot hear me. I'm in space.
Boo, stream boo. That's not what I wanted. Yes.
Okay, I can still hear you.
I'm doing a speed test. Now OBS is in the green. Okay, well. Alright, hold on a second. I actually do want to check and see if there's like a Comcast outage problem. Oh, That doesn't help. Hold on, it's going again, and it's not. I'm not even doing the speed test anymore. Why is this not instantly telling me the answer that I need? Comcast is blowing smoke up my ass. That's what it's doing. I don't know, I may have to try resetting my router later tonight. But yeah, if this continues, we're gonna have to stop. What a great start. This is an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. The one where Picard Vulcan neck pinches Tuvok. You guys totally remember that episode, right? I have not made Song watch it, so just remember.
Yet?
Yeah, people who aren't Vulcan aren't supposed to be able to do that. So how the hell did Picard do it? No one knows.
What about Romulans?
I don't think Romulans are supposed to do it. Of course, Data can do it. Because he's Data. Lone Star did it in Spaceballs. Well, right now it's 10 o'clock Central. I guess my question is, like for Fish and Zoda, if I was going to end after this game, would it be too late for you guys to do anything? So, like, what would be the point of, I should just keep going, or you think you'd be able to do a sprite test before it's too late, or is it already too late? Okay, I know what it is. It's called Meridian. Meridian. I've probably seen stream something you guess. Well, that's the frames dropping. Because like it's getting to the point where I want to make food and eat, and like I'm having fun. I could eat and keep on streaming this for hours if it weren't for the fact that we're having all these Comcast problems. So that's kind of dampening the mood, and I'm making me think maybe I should just stop here, go eat my food while we watch Zoda or something, and I won't keep sawing up too late, right? And Admiral. It's probably an Admiral. Admiral's famous for being douchebags.
Admiral Douchebag is a person?
Basically. This might even be the Admiral douchebag that I'm thinking about. Well, no, actually, it can't be that Admiral. Okay, is this? I'm thinking this is going to be hard to spell. Yeah, I do not know how to spell this person's name. There's such a thing as an Admiral douchebag. Well, it's Admiral Nechayev, but how do I spell that? Ayev. Y-E. It was like the something, and I was like, well, how could it be the something with only one letter? Hmm. I don't think any of you guys are going to get this Voyager episode, but
I'm not getting anything. Q.
yes, if I give you a hint and say it's a Q episode, well then maybe you
I know, but Soda said funny.
Luckily, we don't need to figure out which gray. Is it A or E? Civil War and the Q Continuum. Alright, well, irregardless of other people's plans, I had a great time tonight other than fucking Comcast pissing me off. So why don't we just quit while we're ahead and say that's it for tonight. And we will save state and hopefully stream that again at some point. I'll have to upload this stream manually to YouTube. So I hope you guys in chat also got some enjoyment as well. Like I said, next stream, hopefully Saturday. So Zoda may stream something soon, we don't know. Other than that, that's the end of the stream. Bye everyone, thank you for being here.
Bye.